everybody, welcome back. It's been a little while. You might notice a few things have changed. I'm super excited about these new additions we've had. We've updated the Infinity mod pack to version 1.2.1. Been a few additions to the mod pack, the first of which I'll go over is DecoCraft, and I absolutely loved this mod. I have instantly fallen in love with it because it's just adds tons of pure decorative bits and pieces that you can put around your home and make it a lot more homely. Got some wine bottle in the corner there. These spice racks are amazing. I love them to bits. They just That's how much I am excited for these little details that just add a bit of homeliness to your house. There's a cookie clock up there. If we go outside, you'll see we've got a rake stood up by the side there, wheelbarrow, little watering can. It's all purely decorative. None of these have functions. There's a wind chime up there, and I spent a lot of time off camera making these and just playing around with them. They're absolutely lovely, and there's tons of different things you can add to your house. Got a hummingbird feeder here, some food barrels. Oh, there's just so many things. We'll probably keep spotting them as we go around. Little bird houses. Sidge did stop by yesterday. He added a boat. Little boats and helicopters here. Some toy helicopters just flying around. It's a bucket. If we head downstairs, we'll see even more. Got some potion bottles lying around, which go great with the witchy feel. These sconces are gorgeous because they just go so well with the witchery items as they are. Goes very well with the candelabra. Got some sun and moon decorations, chemistry set, potion bottles everywhere. Go over to where I'm sleeping. Got some milk and cookies, some bunny plushies, sheep. There's some paper there, manuscripts to read. A bit of nighttime reading. If you head down here, I put a lid. I put a glass top on my smeltery because our Ender Mini friends kept wandering in there and getting trapped. So it's a bit of precaution here, but we've got a little wine cellar. Gorgeous little details. I'm so in love with because they're absolutely amazing. Hanging keys. There's so many things. Let's have a look. If I open up here, DecoCraft. Lagging a little bit. There we go. So many objects that we can add to the home. There's all sorts of Christmas decorations as well, so not just improvising with your holiday decorations, but you can actually add proper looking lights, wreaths, trees, presents, all sorts of things. We've got signs that you can hang outside little pubs or shops that you might want to make. Barrels, lots of different things for around the home, like ironing boards, curtains. Oh, there's so many things! That's just page one. Hey, what else have we got here? Rubik's Cube there. Got various appliances, plumbing bits and pieces, cheese, deck of cards. The detail on some of these is absolutely amazing. I cannot get over how awesome this mod makes your house look. Just all these little things that just add all these little details that really make a difference. Got lava lamps even. Let's have a look through here. Chemistry set as we saw. Wedding cake. Newton's cradle. It's a nice little one. None of these are functional and they don't have any animations. I would love it if one day they added maybe some animations to some of these in a future update of the mod. But even as it is, there's just some gorgeous additions that just make it so homely. I cannot express how excited we were when we saw all of these different things that have been added to the mod pack. Right, now that excitement's out of the way, I'll show a couple of other additions we've got. We've got Pam's Harvest Craft Oven. Still got some potatoes in there. These ovens, they are specifically designed to cook food. They'll cook food a little bit faster than your average furnace, and instead of taking coal or charcoal, they accept cooking oil as a fuel, which of course you can grow. Cooking oil is made by processing either olives, sunflower seeds, or walnuts. And you can use either the Pam's Harvest Craft or the forestry fruits for these, fruits and nuts. So you won't have to churn through your coal if you need it for something else, like for your smelting and things. You can just grow your fuel, basically. A few other little bits and pieces. I've just been messing around with the mod, really, making lots of different foods. Got some gummy bears. It's quite cute. I've been stocking up on some basics like bread, cheese, butter. Got some energy drink. That's quite an interesting one. It's made using redstone and sugar and some water. And when you drink it, it gives you, I think you get speed for a minute. It's quite a nice little addition. What else have we got in here? Just been mostly just gathering resources, harvesting crops off camera, getting a nice little stock of things for if we want to have a look in a bit more depth later on. This one here, all of the cakes that we used to make in the 1.6 version, you could only hold them and eat them, but now all of the cakes and cheesecakes and such have been changed so that you can place them like a vanilla cake, which is a lovely addition. I'm not hungry enough to eat this at the moment. Might have to run around and come back to it because I would like to show that one off. Right, Botania was where we left off last time. Now, oops, got stuck on the rake. Don't trip over that. I did make a few little fumbly mistakes with the last one. I know it did take me a bit to get into it. You see our mana pool's full up here now because I've been working on other things while this has been filling up and gathering mana. Yeah, I did make a few mistakes. One of them, I know that our Ring of Magnetization, that doesn't have to be charged in this. That was a mistake I made. I admit I didn't read up on it much before I recorded, but you know, we're all learning here. I'm learning as much as anyone else is, and it's kind of fun to just experiment and get that little sense of satisfaction when you finally figure something out. So that's that first one. As you see, Sige and I, in another video that you'll see on the channel, we went a bit more dungeon raiding with the Runic Dungeons mod, and I found all of these. So many Oblivion frames. These are meant to be quite rare and hard to find because they're very useful for bee breeding. Their exact function is that they will turn the life cycle of a bee into just one stage. So if you're breeding and you want to do it as quickly as possible, if you pop one of these frames in, the bees will, or the queen rather, will die pretty much instantly, and you'll get your next generation a lot faster than you would initially. They only have, I think it's 20 uses, but that 20, those 20 uses, if you put them to good use, they'll really benefit your breeding, and you'll get through things a lot faster. What else? Picked up some more glow flowers, a few more overgrowth seeds. These amulets here, I haven't experimented with them yet. This is the one I'm currently wearing, which is what's giving me the potion effect and the haste, as you'll see. The number there, I think that's a little bit inaccurate. It's meant to be a duration, but it's infinite duration while I'm wearing the amulet, and it goes in the bulbul slot here. See, I've got the Amulet of Earth. It just gives me a little bit of faster mining, and I might try these out later, the Iron Skin and the Amulet of Leaping. Got some more Black Lotus, a few bits and pieces. Mana in a bottle. Now this one I want to hopefully show you later on today. It's an amusing little piece. I don't know if there's it'll show you the recipe. Ah yes, if you throw a glass bottle into the mana pool, you'll get one of these. So You could potentially have as many as you like if you've got too much mana, don't know what to do with it. Now, it's a little bit unpredictable. You don't always know what effect it's going to have. It's probably got about 10 to 15 different effects it can have on you. I think I will go to a bit of a safer area to test that out. But I know me and Sidge were playing with it off camera a while back from one we found in a previous dungeon, and it was quite funny. Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. I'll go to a wide open area for that, and you'll see why later on. I'll just harvest some of these. You see, we've got a nice collection of gardens here, so that they can keep spreading, and I can just keep harvesting them. There's still a few vegetables that I haven't found yet, mostly due to these little buggers here. These ground gardens were so hard to find. I don't know if it was just because of the luck of the draw in terms of what biomes we've had near our bases. But each garden, as I said, they tend to spawn in particular biomes depending on which garden it is, and these ones very hard to find. But it must have taken me about an hour, I think. I eventually found one in a Sacred Springs biome from Biomes Aplenty, so I bought some back and I've kept those growing now, so we can get even more of them, and I'll never have to run out. That one. Although, sod's law, as I was exploring just beyond that hill back there, I did actually find one in the biome. What is it over there? Near this this snowy mountain, there are a couple of ground gardens, and I was face palming a little bit, so I didn't have to do all those hours of searching. I could have just hopped over the hill. But we live and learn, you know. Can't be perfect at these things. Right, so I'll just drop off before we get started into our next little feature. Our friend's back again. See, he's got a name now. He's called George, and he's I think he's spotted a creeper out there somewhere. He's freaking out a little bit, but I do hope he sticks around a little bit more. He's always welcome. He's so cute. Oh yes, and speaking of George, I'd like to introduce you to our newest friend, Bob. This little guy also appeared, so I thought I'd make him one of the family. As you can see, he likes sitting in this chair. I had no idea that this was a thing, but apparently mobs can sit in these bibliocraft chairs. So he spends most of his time there now. Yeah, you have a rest, Bob. I'll leave you to it. Right, George. Right, I've come out to the witchery circle to do this, just so it's easier to find. If I just happen to kill myself, hopefully I won't, but I wanted to show you what these mana bottles can actually do. And I think they have, about 5 or 6 uses each. Oh, it's made me blind. That's good for a first one. Nausea and blindness for a few seconds. Okay. What did that do? Anything? Nothing? No? Okay. It's made me throw all Oh yes, I'd forgotten about that one. It makes you throw all of your equipped things on the floor. Oh well. Next. Oh! Ah! Oh! Oh no! It's made a water source where I was stood. Well, there goes the chalk. Oh well. I didn't think this through, did I? Right, I think we've got one more use out of this one. Let's see what it is. Oh, I've got absorption for 2 minutes. If you look at all those hearts there, it's like ridiculous absorption. So that's a positive effect we can have from this. But, there are a few negative ones. Have I got any blocks on me? I left them back at the house. Oh gosh. Don't think I've got any blocks. Nope, I didn't, because I'm silly. I can use the chest for now. Just get rid of that water thing. I didn't think that one through. Oh, who's that? Is that a coven witch? Or... oh, that's a vanilla witch, I think. So I'm gonna head back to the house. We've worked up an appetite now, so you see I've been planting some witchery trees so that I've got a nice area to keep chopping those down. Some birches as well, which always come in handy. Out of the vanilla trees, I think the birches probably get the most use later on in the witchery chain. I'll show you why in another episode when we get around to it. Alright, let's head back. I can finally eat some cake. Let's see what it looks like inside. I've not had any of this cake yet, so I'm excited to see what the texture's like. Oh, look at that! Red velvet cake. It's definitely one of my favourite flavours in real life, and you can see why. Oh. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Right, okay, so that's the mana bottle done. So, if I'm right, I can take this back over to the mana pool. And if we... yep, there's a little green tick, so if we just throw that in there. Got the mana bottle. Because I've taken a bit out, this was obviously full of mana, so it's just refilled it again, because it was waiting to put it in there. Oh, there it goes. I think today we'll be going over a few more bits and pieces from what you can do with Botania. Just some of the side little things that come in handy, useful bits and pieces, as I say. Okay, so a few little changes in the most recent update. You see we've got a new texture for our Lexica Botania, which is it's all lined in gold now, and if you look in here to our different things, we've also got little images next to our flowers and next to the various things that we can make. Just helps with remembering where things are. I love visual cues, very handy. I think we're going to look over some of the extra bits today. Some things you don't have to do, they aren't critical to the progression of your Botania exploits, but fun nonetheless. The easiest of which is the tiny potato. I won't spoil it by reading that. I'm just going to show you first, I think. So if we go and grab a potato from inside, it's really simple. All you have to do is throw it in the mana pool. Let's go veg. And I remember first discovering these in a server gift on the Hat Films server, and none of us knew what on earth it was. It just well, I'll show you. Pop that in there, and we have a tiny potato. This thing, it just sits there, smiling at you. You can right click it. Oh, got an achievement. If you keep right clicking it, it's just a happy little guy that sits around liking you. There's really literally no point to it other than a funny little extra. So I'll drink my coffee. So yeah, I don't know where we'll put him. Where should we put him? Put him next to he can be our little greeter for our hut. He'll just dance away there. Funny little thing. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at are pasture seeds. These can be very useful if you need to grow, say, grass or podzol or mycelium. It helps them grow a lot faster as well, I think. They're created really easily. Just drop in either grass or dead bush. Which I don't think I have any of those at the moment, so I can't show that specific one. It's also mushrooms as well. To make these different kinds of seeds. So, oops. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my shears. I'm going to get some grass. Just to show the process. Vanilla grass works best. Right, so if we just throw these into the pool, get some pasture seeds. And the other one we can show, since we've got lots of mushroom gardens growing here now, which is great. Just throw these vanilla mushrooms in. We've got some infestation spores. Now these, as I said, what these do is they just grow the different types of, can't really call them different types of dirt, but different types of blocks onto dirt blocks. So let's see, if we go somewhere that's got some dirt for us to spread, we head back to the witchery circle area. That can be our basic experimentation part, I think. Oh, watching out for the zombies. I made a mistake coming here at night time, didn't I? Luckily my sword's pretty hench. Oh, the lag. No lag, please. Oh, spider jockey. It's a rare occurrence. Oh, and I'm about to die. Please no. That was close. Stuffed pepper. Ah, right, okay. That was a bit more excitement than I expected it to be. Let's light this area up. So basically, I think it works on normal dirt. Again, this is not something I've looked up much about beforehand, but I just want to experiment, I think. Start with the infestation spores, since we don't have any mycelium here. So if I pop it there we go! Spreading mycelium already. That's awesome, lovely. So I'll make a silk touch pickaxe at some point and harvest that, but same will work with the grass as well, with if you use a pasture seed on it. And of course the podzol, if you use the other. Podzol is a new addition to Minecraft vanilla. Just another type of block we can get. So yeah, they're pretty handy, especially if finding mycelium can be really hard, depending on how your world generates, especially with these biomes of plenty biomes. Because the chances of finding a mushroom island are ridiculously small. They're quite rare anyway, but when you've got all these extra biomes in it, adding or rather reducing the chance of that particular biome popping up, it can take days, ages, you know, unless you happen across one of the more magical forest fungi biomes, I think, have natural mycelium dotted around the place. But there you go, you can just throw some mushrooms in the mana pool and you'll get your mycelium. Simple. Right, the next thing I think we will look at today are shimmering mushrooms. Now these are purely a decorative thing, but if you combine mushrooms with the floral powder, you get lots of these different types of decorative mushrooms, and I think they'd look really good in this place, since we're on a bit of a mushroom kick with the mycelium. And we like this kind of aesthetic, you know, it's a bit of a magical woodland swamp type area. See, I've got some more, got some new vines here. I did go exploring a bit and I managed to find a Mystic Grove biome, which is the only place you can get those flowering vines, and they do spread like normal vines, so I just had to pick up a few and bring them back. So I'm really pleased I found those. Right, of course, as we remember from last time, we make the powder by combining pestle and mortar. Just pop those in there for now. Get rid of the seeds. I found some more mana steel while I was out. Can always use that. Right, yes, so if we get pestle and mortar, and we'll try a few different flowers, I think, a few different colours, just to see what we get. Lots of different colours, and each colour will give a different kind of decorative mushroom. combine these with the pestle and mortar. Different colour powders. I think we'll save some petals actually, not use all of them just yet. Just having a little play around. Okay, we'll pop the spare petals back in there for now, since we don't need those just yet. And now, say we've got 10 mushrooms here, but I might have to get some more. If we combine those, we've got green shimmering mushroom, blue one, and each one's got a different texture. I can't wait to see how these look when we plant them. Oh, I like that one. I dare say any colours I haven't done just yet, I'll go back and finish those later, so that we can get a look at each different type that we can get. Okay, run out of space. So throw that away for now. Put the pestle and mortar back. I'll put the spare powders back in as well. Okay, let's go and see how these look. Yes, these definitely could add a bit more atmosphere to the place around here. Gives it a bit of extra magical feel. Of course, mushrooms have always been highly associated with fairy folk and renowned for their trance-inducing properties. Don't go eating mushrooms, kids. It's not a safe thing to do. But I like playing into that folklore a bit, so I've got all these different kinds of mushrooms around here. I might pop them around just to add to that magical feel. Alright, there we go. Lovely mushrooms. Alrighty, as the sun starts to set, I think we'll end it there for today. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at some of the more fun aspects of Botania. We'll have a look at some more next time. I think we'll have a look at botanical brewing, since that definitely takes my fancy. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!